Staying sober is simple, but the shit is not easy. My name is Noah. Today I'm going to answer a question I got from one of my subscribers about problem drinking and futile attempts to get sober from this person. It is worth mentioning that I don't drink anymore. I have been sober for about a year and a half now, and I'm really grateful for that fact. But I don't care if you are a drinker, and I don't think I'm better than you for not drinking. It's a personal choice, and I think everyone is entitled to that choice. But I can give you a couple insights that I have learned along the way when it comes to staying sober, and I can definitely shed some light as to why it is difficult for some people to stay sober despite having legitimate reason to go ahead and be sober. So I will answer the question that went something like this. This guy reached out to me and he said that after getting his second DUI and nearly losing a relationship with a girl he really cares about, he's in his mid-20s, he decided he wanted to stay sober. He'd been binge drinking on and off since he was in high school, went through his college years, but it had increased. And with that increase, more problems had come up in his life as a result of excess drinking. And so he started to think he was an alcoholic. The problem for this person who reached out to me is that the last 2 or 3 times he's tried to get sober, he strings together a month, maybe a month and a half, but then he gets restless, irritable, and discontent, and he winds up drinking again. I'm going to go ahead and tell you what you might try to help improve your chances of staying sober. Now, to someone who's not an alcoholic, it's pretty simple. If alcohol is having a negative impact on your life, just stop drinking. It's a simple decision and you make it. But for someone who's an alcoholic, it's not so simple as understanding consequences, pros and cons, and making a decision. For people that struggle with an addiction, like myself and like this gentleman, Tom, we need an adequate replacement for the thing that we were using, most likely as a solution to a lot of our problems. I definitely drank because I like the effects, and I also drank because it really helped me deal with life. And so I stumbled and bumbled through trying to get sober from 19 to 27, constantly relapsing and constantly behaving in a way that one might consider insane, doing the same things and expecting different results. So Tom, you are doing one thing which is a positive thing for you, and you've identified that it's a positive thing. You don't want to drink anymore because you understand that when you drink, shit gets ugly for you, but you're just not drinking. And for you, and for most people, not everyone, but for most people, just not drinking will never ever be enough. You will eventually find yourself so restless, irritable, and discontent that you're either going to blow your brains out or you're going to drink again. Most people choose to just drink again, because you don't have an adequate substitution for something that likely made up a big part of your identity, especially a social one. So if you've been drinking since middle school, like you said, and you were heavy drinking through college and up till now, you probably don't really have a good sense of who you are without that part of your life. And so here's what I suggest. Find something, a healthy something, that can fill that hole for you and give you a social outlet and give you a sense of self and a sense of purpose. It's pretty normal to feel a little bit off in your first year of sobriety anyway, so that part you can't really bypass by simple nature of including something more positive and healthy. For me, I started going to 12-step meetings and I started working out like rigorously. So I had that social piece, I had physical exercise, which is something I could really dive into that would be healthy, and then I work a 12-step program because I know a lot of people have gone that route and experienced success. This is not a promotion for 12-step programs. I'm not saying that's what's going to be best for you, but it is a proven option. And if it's not that, you need to decide what it's going to be. Try to replace it with something that can actually add some value and some sustenance to your life. Find some way to self-improve, but you need most likely community, and you most likely need something consistent that you can depend on, because if you drink as much as you say you drink, you've got a lot of free time on your hands, and you don't want to live up here. That is my best guess as to why you are struggling to stay sober. Your heart's in the right place, but it's just not so simple as not drinking for most people. Now, there are going to be people that truly can just decide they don't want to drink anymore, they don't like the effects of it, and good for those people. I'm not one of them, and from the sounds of your message, you're not one of them either. And there's nothing wrong with that. Just learn from it. Just learn from it. Maybe you don't think this sounds right for you, or maybe you don't believe in this or that, or you don't buy into it. That's fine. You're going to have to figure out what you're willing to take, what sacrifice you're willing to make, and what level of discomfort and pain you think you can go through. All the reasons you say you want to get sober, they sound like good reasons, man. So that is my 2 cents on this. I wish you the best of luck. I wish anyone struggling with addiction issues the best of luck. Just know there's a lot of us out here that are sorting it out. I didn't sort out my sobriety until I was 27 years old, and I've been trying since I was 19. Some people sooner, some people are going to sort it out later. But if you have good cause, don't forget your reason why. Play the tape through, remind yourself why you're choosing to stay sober, and just figure out what you need to do that can be different from what you're already doing. Your way's not working. It's time to try something else. That's my best suggestion. And to all my drinkers out there, remember, don't take this as an attack. If I could drink safely and not have it negatively impact my life, I would, but I can't. I have a lot of people in my life that can. Hats off to them, and I give myself a pat on the back for at least admitting that I have a problem and then being willing to do something about it. I feel really blessed for having surrendered, and I hope you surrender too, Tom. It gets better, bro. We'll see you guys in the next video. Big No No out.